Hey everyone, welcome back to Matthew's Tech. You know the drill, new phone season is right around the corner, and that means the age-old question is back, iOS or Android? Both operating systems have come a long way, packing some serious heat in terms of features, performance, and overall experience. But let's be real, picking the right one for you can feel like navigating a maze. So, today we're breaking down the walls, cutting through the noise, to give you the full rundown on 5 key differences between iOS and Android. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which platform aligns with your needs and priorities. Let's dive in. First up, let's talk about the face you interact with every day, the user interface. Now, iOS has always been about that clean, consistent look. It's like stepping into a perfectly organized room. Everything just makes sense. The icons are uniform, the animations are buttery smooth, and navigating the system feels incredibly intuitive, even if you're fresh off the flip phone. This streamlined approach is great for accessibility, making it easy for anyone to pick up an iPhone and instantly know what's going on. Android, on the other hand, is like a box of Legos. You get a solid foundation, but you have the freedom to build and customize to your heart's content. Want a completely different home screen layout? Go for it! Want widgets that show you the weather, your calendar, and your latest notifications all in one place? Android says why not? This level of personalization is a huge draw for many, letting you truly make your phone an extension of your own personality and style. And let's not forget about launchers. These bad boys let you completely overhaul the look and feel of Android. Feeling a stock Android vibe? Cool. Want something closer to iOS? There's a launcher for that. The point is, with Android, you're not just stuck with what you get. You have the power to mold the experience to your exact preferences. So, if you're someone who loves to tinker and tweak, Android gives you that level of control right out of the box. Alright, let's talk apps, the lifeblood of any smartphone. Both iOS and Android boast massive app ecosystems, each with strengths and weaknesses. Apple's App Store is like that exclusive boutique downtown. It might not have the widest selection, but you know the quality is going to be top-notch. Apple has a notoriously strict app review process, which means apps are more likely to be well-designed, bug-free, and secure. Plus, developers often prioritize iOS for new app launches and updates, so if you're all about being on the cutting edge of the app world, iOS has a slight advantage there. Now the Google Play Store? That's like stepping into a massive bazaar. You name it, they got it. Android has a more open approach, meaning there are more apps available, often with more experimental features and niche functionalities. You'll find a wider range of free apps and games, often with more flexible pricing options. However, that openness comes with a trade-off. Android's less restrictive app review process means you might encounter more apps of varying quality. Don't get me wrong, there are tons of amazing apps on the Play Store, but you might have to dig a little deeper to find those hidden gems. It also means being a bit more vigilant about what you're downloading, just to stay on the safe side. Ultimately, both app ecosystems offer a wealth of options. iOS plays it safe with quality control, while Android embraces variety and flexibility. It really boils down to your priorities as a user. Chapter 3. Hardware variety. The choice is yours, or not. Let's talk hardware, the physical embodiment of your smartphone experience. And this is where iOS and Android take drastically different approaches. iOS is like that exclusive club with a strict dress code, you're rocking an iPhone, period. Apple controls the entire hardware and software experience, from the processor to the display. This tight integration ensures a smooth and optimized experience, with Apple fine-tuning every aspect. The downside, well, you have limited options. You're bound by Apple's design choices, price points, and release cycles. If you're looking for a specific feature or form factor that Apple doesn't offer, well, tough luck. Android, on the other hand, is like a bustling marketplace with vendors hawking all sorts of gadgets. You've got Samsung, Google, OnePlus, Xiaomi, and countless others, each offering their own take on the Android experience. This means you have a mind-boggling array of choices when it comes to screen size, camera technology, battery capacity, and of course, price. Whether you're looking for a flagship phone with all the bells and whistles, or a budget-friendly option that doesn't skimp on features, Android has you covered. This sheer variety is a double-edged sword. Of course, on the one hand, you have the freedom to pick a device that perfectly matches your needs and budget. But on the other hand, this fragmentation can lead to inconsistencies in terms of software updates and overall performance. Chapter 4, Software Updates, a race against time. Let's face it, nobody likes feeling outdated. We want the latest features, the newest emojis, and most importantly, the best security patches. And that's where software updates come into play. iOS is like that friend who's always on time, never late, always prepared. Apple has a centralized update system, which means they control when and how updates are rolled out. When a new version of iOS drops, it's available to all supported iPhones simultaneously. This ensures everyone's on the same page, getting those new features and crucial security patches without having to play the waiting game. This streamlined approach is a major win for iOS, making for a more consistent and secure user experience across the board. Android, however, has a bit of a reputation for being fashionably late to the party. See, Android updates are often at the mercy of manufacturers and carriers. Google releases the latest version of Android, but then it's up to each manufacturer to adapt it for their specific devices, and for carriers to approve those updates for their networks. This can lead to significant delays, with some devices receiving updates months after they were initially released, or in some unfortunate cases, not receiving them at all. While Google has made strides in speeding up the update process, especially with its Pixel devices, fragmentation remains an inherent challenge within the Android ecosystem. So if you're someone who values timely updates and wants to rock the latest and greatest software as soon as it drops, iOS might be the more appealing option. But hey, if you're not too fussed about having the bleeding edge and prioritize choice and customization, Android's flexibility might outweigh the wait. Chapter 5, Integration with other devices playing nice in the sandbox. Alright, let's talk ecosystems. Because in today's interconnected world, our phones are rarely lone wolves. They're part of a pack, a digital family if you will. And how well they play with others is a big deal. Apple's ecosystem is like that perfectly synchronized dance crew. Every move in sync, every transition seamless. iPhones, Macs, iPads, Apple Watches. They all just work together effortlessly. AirDrop a file from your iPhone to your Mac, done. Copy something on your iPad, paste it on your iPhone, no problem. This tight integration extends to calls, messages, and even app continuity, letting you seamlessly switch between devices without missing a beat. Android, on the other hand, is more like a jam session, a bit more improvisational, but still capable of creating some beautiful music. While Android devices might not have the same level of polish when it comes to cross-device synergy within their own ecosystem, they excel at versatility. Android plays surprisingly well with other platforms and third-party devices, especially those deeply integrated with Google services. Chromebook? You're good to go. Google Home? You bet. Plus, Android's open nature allows for greater flexibility when connecting to a wider range of smart home devices and wearables, even if it's not always as seamless as Apple's walled garden. So, if you're deeply ingrained in Apple's ecosystem and value that effortless synergy, iOS is the clear winner. But if you juggle devices from different brands and prioritize openness and flexibility, Android might be the more harmonious choice. Outro the verdict, which one reigns supreme. And there you have it. 5 key differences between iOS and Android phones. At the end of the day, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. iOS plays it safe, offering a polished, user-friendly experience with a focus on simplicity and integration. Android, on the other hand, embraces freedom and customization, giving you the reins to truly make your phone your own. So, whether you're Team Apple or Team Android, the most important thing is choosing the platform that best aligns with your needs, your priorities, and your tech lifestyle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tech content.